Today, we are diving into an essential topic in education, which is the educational assessment. So, educational assessment is a fundamental to understand what students have learned in their educational environments and how we can use this information to improve teaching methods and enhance the learning experience. So now, let's explore the key aspects of educational assessments, its forms, types, and principles. First, what is educational assessment? So, educational assessment is the process of gathering and documenting information about students' knowledge, skills, attitudes, and beliefs, usually in measurable terms. It is a tool used to improve teaching methods for educators, enhance the learning process for students, and derive better educational outcomes. This process is not limited to exams or tests. It is much broader. It ranges from daily classroom activities to standardized testing, college thesis, and even tools that measure the success of corporate training programs. Educational assessment is an ongoing process that provides valuable insights into students' learning.
So, what is educational test versus educational assessment? It is important to distinguish between an educational test and an educational assessment. Educational test, a test or exam tool used to measure someone's knowledge or skills in a specific area. Its goal is to determine what has been learned. Educational assessment is a broader concept that includes various methods of evaluating knowledge, skills, attitudes, and beliefs. Not just through tests, but also through other means like performance-based activities or self-assessment. Here are the key aspects of educational assessment. Educational assessment can be understood through several case aspects. First, forms of assessment. The different way assessments can be conducted. Second, need for assessment. Why is it essential for improving teaching and learning? Third, essentials for a good assessment. The principles that ensures assessment are effective. Here are the types of assessment. The various methods used to evaluate learning. Forms of educational assessment. Assessment can take many forms. Formal test or performance-based activity. Structured evaluation like exams or practical task. Administration method. So what is administration method? This can be conducted online or paper or using other materials. What is objective versus subjective assessment? Objective assessments are multiple choice questions with clear right or wrong answers. Subjective assessments are essay or projects that require interpretation. Next, and now, what is formative versus summative assessment? Formative assessments are ongoing assessment during the learning process. However, the summative assessments are evaluation at the end of the learning period.
Here are the essentials of a good assessment. For an assessment to be effective, it must meet certain principles, which are the following. Reliability produces consistent results over time. Validity measures what it is intended to measure accurately. Here are the types of validity. First is the phase validity, content validity, construct validity, concurrent validity, predictive validity. Authenticity uses natural language and meaningful topics relevant to students' lives. Objectivity, free from personal bias, ensures fairness in scoring and evaluation. Practicality, logistically feasible in terms of creation, administration, and scoring. Interpretability, results are easy to understand and interpret by educators and students alike. Flashback effect, the influence of testing on teaching and learning practices. Here are the types of assessment approaches. assessment for learning, or formative, continuous monitoring that provides feedback for improvement during the learning process. Examples: quizzes and class discussions. Assessment as learning or self-reflection. It encourages students to assess their own progress through self-reflection and peer feedback. Examples: peer assessments, reflective journals, and self-assessments. And assessments of learning or summative. It evaluates what students have learned at the end of a unit or course against predefined standards. Examples: final exams and standardized tests.
In summary, educational assessment is a comprehensive process that goes beyond traditional testing to evaluate students' knowledge, skills, attitudes, and beliefs in meaningful ways. By understanding its forms, types, and principles, we can create assessments that truly support both teaching effectiveness and student success.